It should be fine.
Ah!
What? We're live. Hello, and welcome to Famicast 109, your Famicast for the early part of September 2017. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined by James Charlton.
Everyone's sex but me. Hey, how's it going?
Great. And Ty Sugar.
What's good, guys?
Hey, what's up, brother? Oh, God.
We just lost half the audience.
Wow, we're down to 2 people.
Yeah.
And also, Mr. Cyrus Delaney.
I'm the polite one.
Yes, something like that.
My
I feel like we
birds are
should
silent.
redo that intro. I was doing some fucking noisy pole shit.
It started a lot quicker than I thought it would.
I apologize, actually.
I got another belch in me.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, let's do a retake, Danny.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to Famicast 109, your Famicast for the first part of September 2017. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined by James Charlton.
That doesn't get boring. Hey, kids, how's it going?
Good. And Ty Sugar.
You should subscribe to our Patreon so you can hear the unedited version of this introduction.
Nice.
Absolutely. And Cyrus Delaney.
And I'm just as unprepared for my introduction as I was the first take. So, hi, everybody.
How's your brother Tyrone doing?
He's pretty good. We put him to rest, finally. He was happy for it.
Good to hear.
Rest in peace.
Something that I don't think we've really done in a long time that might be a good idea now for anybody out there that's a new listener. So yeah, we're the Famicast, talk about games in Japan, and we're all living here in Japan, so we have a unique take on everything, question mark? Absolutely.
You live in Japan, Danny?
Take no matter where I am.
Ty is a unique take.
Yes.
I'm red hot.
Well, at any rate, let's go ahead and kick off the show per usual, and we're going to go ahead and move on to new business. And
We're available on YouTube, by the way, unless you're watching this on YouTube. I got a YouTube fan, right?
I thought it was a mouse pad.
I thought that was the award we got for 100,000 subscribers.
It is actually, yeah. They gave it to us in advance. Just like, here you are. When you get to 100,000, which you definitely will within the next month or so, Here you are. Here's your badge. Thanks very much.
We did it, guys. We did it.
Yeah, it's like when you put those like pictures of like really handsome, well-muscled guys in front of your mirror when you're working out. Like you mount that YouTube logo over your screen when you're podcasting, and you go, "Yeah,
How
baby."
How did you know Danny does that?
Well,
Well, he has to ask someone for those muscly photos.
Exactly.
Actually, no. Truth be told, I got this at TGS last year.
Okay.
So that's kind of like a hint towards what's going to happen soon.
Yes.
And I got this shirt at TGS 4 years ago.
You're not even wearing a shirt. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
All
exactly.
new,
I got
dog.
jack shit from that trip.
Is this the last episode before TGS?
Yes, it is.
I guess the next one will be partially from TGS. /
Ideally.
After TGS, yeah. Who knows? We've totally planned everything out exactly.
Absolutely. We've got all sorts of interviews lined up. It's going to be hot.
That's right.
And speaking of hot, how about Ty? You start us off with new business.
Ooh, okay. Wow, when was I ever first?
Yeah.
It feels like a mistake.
That's what she said.
So, I noticed that Minecraft's story mode came out for Switch like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's a story in Minecraft?
No.
I thought it was just about dicking around and making blocks and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the primary thing I want to talk about. Right? So this is one of the Telltale adventure games. Like, maybe you've seen the Walking Dead. Or what else do they have?
Game of
Tales
Thrones.
from Borderlands, Batman,
Yeah.
Wolf Within, Game of Thrones.
The Simpsons.
Simpsons. They have a Simpsons one?
No.
I thought we were just naming TV shows. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and like I've played all those, and I enjoyed all those. So, Minecraft story mode, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think it's clicking just yet. Like, okay, I just finished the first episode.
You gotta really dig into it, I hear.
Stop.
So
Yeah.
who do you play then? Like generic Minecraft man number 2? What do you?
Yeah,
who do you play?
they have created characters in the mold of Minecraft guys, I guess.
There's one
Okay.
thing I don't like in Minecraft is when people create stuff. I'm already off this now.
Hey, so yeah, that's a difference between this and like all the other Telltale games. Is like all the other Telltale games have like a rich history, a lot of context, you know, like perhaps a larger story that like
Right.
exists before the game. Now, Minecraft does not.
Yeah.
Man.
And all I can think of when I'm playing this is like, okay, I'm not so invested in these characters. It's like I don't have Batman.
Oh no, John the Minecraft guy died.
Yeah,
That kind of thing, right?
yeah.
But people don't die in this, do
Not in the first episode.
they? Okay.
I don't know. I hope so, but it does seem kind of kid oriented.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do
Yeah.
people die in Minecraft? What happens when they die? Do they just explode?
They
or-
lose all their stuff and respawn.
Like, so sad.
Yeah, and like all I can think.
I've heard this one is definitely more like all ages orientated to catch the Minecraft audience.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. It feels tough to get emotionally invested in the way you do those other games. And I don't know. All I think is Microsoft bought Minecraft for $4 billion. And this is how they're expanding the franchise.
Great job.
Well,
Yes.
at least they got it out of the hands of, let's say, some guy who doesn't really need to exist anymore.
The guy that thought Pizzagate was real.
Yeah, let's not go there. But I'd rather have it in Bill Gates' hands than that guy's hands.
Fair enough. They gave him $4 billion.
Are you playing this on HoloLens? Like, is that what this is about?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm playing it on my 3DO.
Okay.
No, I'm playing it on my Xbone.
How does it stack up gameplay-wise compared to the other Telltale games? Like gameplay in quotation marks there, of course, but
It's mostly the same. There were a couple of fight sequences where you actually move back and forth, so there's, footsies involved, if you want to go fighting game terminology. So that was kind of unique. Otherwise, it's the same,
I thought that was cheating, footsies.
right? It's hacks.
So do you, like,
Just
you
spam
don't actually
fireballs.
build? There's no building whatsoever, right?
Right.
Okay. So everything's just pre-built, and you just walk around a pre-built place, and you can't really destroy or interact with anything.
Pretty much. Like, so yeah, if you play the Telltale game, it's going to be like a lot of talking, and you make a choice. There might be parts where you walk around a small area and look for things to interact with.
yeah,
Maybe
they're
make
kind of
some
like choose
decisions
your
or
own
solve
adventures.
Say what?
They're kind of like choose your own adventure novels, where it's
Yeah.
like you make a few decisions here and there, and the story plays out for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it seems like just an unusual marriage of properties there.
Yeah, it's definitely something I am kind of curious about, but just because it's so weird. Like it's like the Lego movie, which is way better than it had any right to be. So I'm kind of hoping that Telltale kind of do the same.
Yeah, like okay, I did have fun playing it, but I wasn't like full on engaged, like ready to open up my wallet for the next episode immediately, as the Telltale games tend to do.
Oh, okay. So, right, it's episodic, right? I think the Switch version is like the whole first season or whatever they call it.
And I guess this one's like 8. episodes.
Wow, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's long. They're usually 5 for the other
exactly.
games. So that's a thing. I don't know. Maybe they want to do some world building.
I guess maybe even because it's Minecraft, it might be much easier for them to produce models and stuff for this. Like with like other Telltale games, they might have to do a ton of design and artwork that they have to like. It's easier for them to pump out episodes in this kind of vein.
Right.
Yeah, I guess all those assets pretty much already exist. I don't think they programmed it in Java though.
There's no like pre-rendered cutscenes with like amazing animation and stuff in it, is it?
Nah.
It's all in-engine, typical Minecraft stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd say
like
pretty much all Telltale games are like that. It's all like in-engine type of stuff, and yeah.
And if you have a slow hard drive, like the scenes hang really awkwardly.
Nice.
Yeah. So I feel okay about it. It just seems like such a weird thing to do when Microsoft I don't know, they should be working on Minecraft too and making it exclusive to Microsoft systems. Rest in peace, video games industry.
Well, one day soon, Xbone users and Switch users will be able to play Minecraft together. Well, everyone except PlayStation owners, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought Ty might want to jump in on that for a bit of bashing, Sony bashing.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Is Batman? Have you played the Batman one, Ty? Because that's also coming to Switch, and I was wondering if that was going to be worth picking up.
I played the first episode a while back. I liked it a lot.
Cool.
Yeah, I will probably get that one. Like I've only played Borderlands, Tales of the Borderlands, and I loved that. That was real good.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, to me, that also kind of stands out as being as weird as this Minecraft one, because it's like a first-person shooter, whatever Borderlands is.
Yeah, but Borderlands
game
does lean kind of heavily on its characters, I think.
Okay, I guess it has characters.
It's dripping with characters, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm probably going to get that Batman one. Minecraft, probably not, but if someone gives it to me, I play it.
Are the first episodes free on Switch?
No, it's not. For the Batman, it's not out yet.
I think they're all just going to be packaged up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's coming like in the fall. So
I think there are a bunch of these Telltale games coming to Switch, but they're all like season 1 or whatever. The whole season.
Yeah, that kind of happened on Xbox One as well. They got like I would play, or they would be released on 360 like one episode at a time, and they just released the whole thing on Xbox One some months later.
Right on.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the Batman one, definitely.
Yeah, it's cool and fun.
Awesome.
I think that's it for me. I can't help but think I played something else that exists on Switch, but I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay. No big deal. Okay. Well, next up, James.
Hi.
Go ahead.
What's up? What's going on?
Hey.
So yeah, I've been playing more Breath of the Wild. I'm onto the fourth Divine Beast, which is pretty cool, like in the desert area.
That was my first one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cool. It seems to be quite different from the other ones. So, yeah, it's really, really interesting. And yeah, I mean, I haven't even got to the town yet. I mean, the whole area is quite, dangerous. You can die pretty much straight away. Just in the general overworld, which is quite interesting. So yeah, should be interesting. Man, it's really hard to talk about that game, isn't it, without just having a full spoiler cast, which we will. I think we're going to get to that, aren't we? Probably. Yeah, we'll have to do a spoiler cast on Breath of the Wild, maybe near the end of the year, something like that. But yeah, obviously it's an awesome game, and I can't really say anything about it.
Well,
more specific, right?
Well, what order did you go in with the Divine Beast? Like, where did you go first? Maybe just, yeah.
I did elephant, then lizard. That's the Death Mountain one, right?
Yeah.
And then bird.
Yeah.
Is it a bird?
Yes.
And then now I'm on to what is it? I don't even know what it is. Is it a camel? Is it what is it?
I think it's a camel.
It's supposed to be a camel. Okay, yeah, camel will be my last one, I guess. But yeah, I think I've been playing it for 30 hours now.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty impressive. I don't think I got to my first Divine Beast until about that point because I was just dicking around a lot.
Yeah, man, I found it hard to not dick around. It's just like just dicking around the game.
Dicking around the game, yeah. I'm constantly finding things. I'm like, wow. If you find one of the things and you're like, shit, these kind of things must be dotted all over the world. Like, for example, like the labyrinths and stuff like that, or like the giant skeletons. You're like, fucking flying dragon flew past me. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I have no idea what just happened.
The first time I saw one of those, I'm just like, what in Christ's name was that? And I was fucking chasing
literally
it.
no explanation.
Yeah.
Flying dragon, okay. And it didn't really do anything to me. But it looked amazing and took a screenshot of it. I think I love the screenshot feature of the Switch. I mean, I've only used it mainly with Breath of the Wild, but like, yeah, you can't underestimate how useful and cool that thing is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, man, just thinking back, like how useful that would have been on the Wii U, and how fucking slow it was to take screenshots and post them to it, you know.
I painfully went through and took screens from like 3DS games via Miiverse. And yeah, you have to. It's like 30 seconds to like 45 seconds to load up the Miiverse. Then you have to type out something, and then or whatever. I think you could actually at the time you could save them into the album, but at first it wasn't quite like that. They really changed over the years. But
yeah, I guess this is spoilers for news and Patreon section that we're going to do later. But yeah, so. Yeah, I mean, it's weird because after the 4 Divine Beasts, you're supposed to go to Ganon, right? But I don't think I want to do that.
I wouldn't go. I mean, I'd say count your hearts. Take a look at some of your equipment, get some good recipes going, and then maybe go do it.
Yeah, I'm not actually going for hearts. I'm actually going for stamina. I'm only getting the hearts from like defeating the bosses. Like,
how many hearts do you have?
I think only 5. Like whatever the minimum you get from defeating the bosses, I guess. So yeah, I'm just doing stamina because I just like climbing and gliding. Just like helps in general and is fun, you know. So I've been able to climb up some, you know, pretty massive places that maybe you're not supposed to at that time, but like it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't think Zelda has a not supposed to at the time rule. I think it's just like because there's so with like that with stamina, you can just go anywhere. Like the game is so open to you. There's only like 2 or 3 spots where the game told me it's like, okay, guy, you've had your fun. Get the fuck back on the main map now. But
yeah, I mean there's like one little kind of quibble I had with Breath of the Wild so far is that I was in one of the Divine Beast dungeons. I believe it was the lizard, and there was a thing where I needed a torch. I needed something wooden to light a torch to carry it to another room. And in previous Zelda games, there would have been some kind of respawning monster that gave you the stick or whatever, something wooden to give you that, right? But Breath of the Wild doesn't really have any like respawning things. It's like, you know, you have what you have, right? And they just kind of assume that you've got at least something to get you through there, right? Or there is I mean, to be fair to the game, 99% of the time there is another way of doing something, and there could have been another way of doing it in this sense, but like there was a thing that I needed to carry a torch up a slope which was quite far and then light a torch, right? So I thought about, so I didn't have any torches or wooden weapons on me at all, because you can use a wooden weapon. You can just light a club and use that as a torch if you want. You can literally use anything wood, right? I didn't have any of those.
Did you have any arrows?
I had arrows, so I thought, okay, actually Matt Walker kind of said like try arrows. So I stick an arrow out into the torch and it lit. And I was like, cool. It was a blue flame, not a red flame.
Yeah.
Got the blue flame, and then walked up there, but you needed to kind of jump, and I kind of jumped. It was kind of a little bit awkward, but I kind of got up there, got about halfway up the slope, and the blue light went out. So it is kind of timed, I guess, for the blue light. I don't know if it's the same with the fire one.
I think it's just with fire in general, for like arrows that aren't like fire arrows, like, you know, an actual fire arrow weapon. Yeah, that happens. Just goes out after a while, yeah.
So that didn't work. So unfortunately, I had to go back to the beginning of the dungeon and then warp to a wooded area, grab a couple of sticks, and then warp back. You know, it didn't take that long, but like, I was like, this kind of feels a bit wrong, like forcing me out of the experience like that.
I thought there was a torch or two like laying around in the darkness in there.
Yeah, I mean, I might have used them on other things, or they just got destroyed because, you know, things perish in this game. You know, they're not invincible. So
I know there was a couple of dungeons I ended up in that you need arrows for, like you need to fire across something. I didn't have any arrows at the time. I was like, okay, gotta come back later. So I just like marked them on my map, and whenever I had a bunch of arrows, came back and did it again. But yeah, it is kind of annoying having to leave because you don't have the right stuff.
It is amazing how, like, I mean, if every Zelda game ever, literally ever, you hack a bush and you get some arrows or hearts or rupees. But this game, you don't get anything. You can hack as many bushes as you want. You will never get a heart or a rupee or arrows whatsoever. Like, you might find arrows in by the side of the road in a chest or from an enemy. Like, you might pick them up. If they miss you with an arrow, you might be able to pick it out the wall or something like that. Mm-hmm. But like, you have to earn every single little thing. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. Anytime I came across a merchant of the game, I was just like, all of your arrows. I want
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. Like, give me all your arrows, please. I mean, you earn a lot of rupees, like, you know, cash money. You get a lot of cash money in and out, like, by selling stuff. But like, actual physical rupees, like, are so rare. It's kind of refreshing, actually. Like, you're not just like constantly just slashing at bushes and getting thousands of rupees everywhere. Like, rupees do become this kind of rare thing, you know. It's kind of amazing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going between that, and I finally downloaded Splatoon 2 because I needed to at least play Splatoon 2 a little bit because we're doing a Splatoon. We did a Splatoon podcast this month. Sorry, last month. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I have been playing that. Yeah, pretty much like, what's the order I've been doing it? I guess Splatoon 2 first and then Zelda. Sometimes the other way around. But, you know, it's like muscle memory with this game. It's kind of amazing. Like, when I played it, I mean, it is so similar to the first one, like in pretty much every single way. Maybe just two buttons are being flipped. That's pretty much it, right? So it's like, yeah, it was just like putting on an old pair of shoes. It was kind of amazing how Natsukashi it became. Took me straight back to the good old Wii U days, which is not that long ago. But, you know, rest in peace. Wii U's dead now. We have to talk about it in the past tense. So yeah, Splatoon 2, very much enjoying. It's not my fault that my team suck.
So he says.
So the Splatfest had just finished in North America and Europe. Weirdly, Japan's one didn't get announced, and I think it was, we had a Splatfest Splatoon thread going on Twitter, like me, Danny, and Cyrus, and we're like, you know, it is kind of weird how Japan's one hasn't been announced, and I said something like, they're probably just like negotiating some noodle deal, like some kind of sponsored Splatfest with a noodle company. And then the next day they announced a McDonald's sponsored one.
Gross.
So, not quite noodle, but it turned out it was like nuggets versus fries, right?
Yep.
But in the West, it was flight versus invisibility. Which superpower would you prefer? Cyrus chose flight, so I just chose flight because I thought we might be able to pair up, but that didn't happen. One thing I noticed, having a European copy in Japan, you can only play in Splatfest for one night because it obviously starts in the middle of the night in Japan, like I guess Saturday, like 1 a.m. it starts or something like that.
Only 1 a.m.? What do you mean? Like you could only play? You could stay up till like wait after that and play
Yeah,
for.
start playing at 1 a.m. on Saturday night, yeah, and play
Yeah.
all through the night.
Don't see the problem. What's wrong with that?
So yeah, everyone except Danny can do that.
Yes.
Well, Danny doesn't need to worry about that because he's got the Japanese version. He can just play at regular times.
Yep.
But yeah, for me and Cyrus, I don't know what the American one would be. Would that be better or worse? I'm not sure. But anyway, I can't play Saturday middle of the night and Sunday morning, afternoon. I'm doing other stuff, right? So Sunday night I'm on, and I get matched. I get 4 people on my team matched up, 4 flight teams, and then the invisibility team does not exist. Haha, it's not the pun not intended. I couldn't see any invisibility teams. Yeah, they just didn't exist. They weren't showing up, and I was just getting like, it waits for 100 seconds, and if it can't find a team, then it just times out, and it takes you back, and you have to try again. I did that like, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 times. Couldn't get matched up. Couldn't play a single Splatfest game.
Wow.
And I just kind of gave up and started playing Zelda. But yeah, I did manage to play some Salmon Run though, which was fun. And I was going to play with Matt Walker, Famicast alumni, and he said, "Yeah, I'll jump on with you." And then he said, "Oh, I have to do training," because he'd never hadn't played it before, and there's like a I don't know, good 15-20 minutes of training you have to go through.
Yeah, the training is pretty important though. I will give it that.
Yeah, it is. The training was fun and important and interesting and useful. But it's quite long, and you need to do it if you want to. Even if you just want to play with friends quickly, you need to do that. So, if you haven't done that, get on that, and then you'll be able to play when your friends can play. Cyrus, you played a good deal, fair deal.
Yeah, a good amount of Salmon Run. It's good times. Like
it is a lot of fun, actually. I mean, I'm kind of actually now debating if it's more fun than regular like Turf War, and it might be actually. It is a lot of fun because like it's just so different. Because like, even though the controls and everything is exactly the same, but like you're not actually painting the floor to win. You're actually killing the enemies, and because like in story mode, I guess you do have enemies to kill, but like it's not really the goal. You just kind of like kill them just to get past them, kind of thing.
Yeah, the story mode is a platformer with shooting elements. This is a shooting game.
So I guess like similar to Overwatch, where they've kind of like rejigged the rules, just like it's the same gameplay, but like just you're playing it in different ways. And Splatoon 1 didn't do that really at all. There was only like really one mode, or well, ranked had some variation, right? But it is really refreshing to have just like a straight up shoot fools game like in Splatoon. So yeah, and like the bosses are really fun, and like each one's like different way to kill them. You have to like throw bombs in the head, or like shoot them from behind, or just like drop a bomb in their mouth like as they try to grab you from the floor and stuff like that. And there's like they varied up, like they put it to nighttime, or they make it foggy, and like there's so many like variations. So like every time you play it, it's like pretty much going to be different.
Shout outs to those times when the tide comes up and then like your entire team is just killed instantly because they're all like way out of the sides of the map.
So for those that know, you're basically playing like on this like abandoned oil rig in the middle of this like disgusting swamp water, and all the enemies just kind of swarm onto this oil rig, and you just have to like take them out. And then when bosses come up, you have to kill them and get their kind of golden eggs, and that's what you're after. And you have to there's like a quota, like you have to get 6 golden eggs per round or whatever. And if you don't get 6, then you fail and you're out. Like it's over. But if you succeed, you go on to the next wave. So yeah, it's basically horde mode to anyone else. But yeah, a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying that a lot. And Splatoon doing in general. I've been trying to sample every mode in the game. Like I've been doing a bit of single player, bit of Turf War, bit of Salmon Run, and just trying to experience everything. There's a lot of content, like a lot more content than Splatoon 1. I was like surprised. It's kind of a lot. And yeah, if you want to like hear more in-depth talk, then yeah, listen to Cyrus's Splatoon Super Splat Hour podcast, where we talk about everything in super detail. But yeah, much enjoying. I think that's me. I'm done.
Okay, cool. Cyrus, do you want to go next?
For me, I recently got a new job, And so my previous job was like a 10-minute. What?
Take my name.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So my last job was like a 10-minute walk to just back and forth. So I'd have enough time to play like something really short on my way to work. Like,
All right, walking to work, right?
Yeah, walking to
remember
work.
This is
And
like
that's-
3DSing. Yes.
Cyrus is like playing 3DS on the main road thing that you do.
Yeah, so I play like my 3DS while I walk because I'm in the country and there's like not a soul for miles while I walk. But now I live like
one day. Oh, sorry, go on.
But now I work like an hour away from my house, so I have an hour walk every morning, and then every evening when I come back. So now I get a good stint of playing in when I walk. So I started playing Pokemon, like finally Pokemon Moon that I got at like almost at launch, and haven't touched it. So I'm like finally chugging away in that in time for the new version to come out, which I will never play.
Good call.
And actually, shout outs to one of the Famicast listeners. What was his name? Ryan. He said Ryan_Wolf on Twitter. I was complaining that like walking to school in the morning, that I bought Pokemon Moon, which has during the day it's nighttime in the game, and during nighttime it's daytime during the game.
Yep.
So it's like it's flipped the clock by 12 hours, which is kind of a cute little feature.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, so in the morning, I couldn't see anything on the 3DS. Like, because you've got that morning sunlight coming down, I'm outside, like, literally couldn't see anything on the screen. Except, like, when I walk through a forest and there's shadow over me, I can see the screen for, like, 10 minutes. And then, so I mentioned that on Twitter. I was like, man, can't see shit. And then Ryan came in and said, hey, how about you set the clock off by 12 hours on your Switch or on your 3DS, and that will make it daytime during the daytime like a normal person. And I tried it and it worked, and now I can totally almost see the screen most of the time when I'm walking. So shout outs, Ryan, you saved my commute. And but playing it, I'm really enjoying it. I wasn't really getting into it when I first played it, hence I dropped off, but it's good. I can see why everyone said they were happy that they like tried to mix up the Pokemon formula just a little bit, and it's a good time. It does have this one feature where they added in where if you're fighting a wild Pokemon, they can call for help.
Oh,
They can call in another Pokemon to help them, and when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. It makes the battle seem kind of more intense because they could call for backup when you think you have them beaten. And I thought that exactly one time, and then it kept happening, like, repeatedly, where you'd be fighting some Pokemon, and then they call for help, and another Pokemon would come in, you have to kill that Pokemon, and then they call for help again in the same battle. Like, I had this one battle where I kept fighting this one stupid guy that I wanted to catch, and you can't catch a Pokemon if there are two on the enemy field. You have to kill them both. Or you have to kill at least one and then catch the other one while it's weak. And this guy just kept calling in reinforcements. I killed like 10 guys trying to get this one guy. So
Surrounded by corpses.
yeah, so you know, like, it's like, you know how annoying it is to walk into a cave in Pokemon and it's like random battle, random battle, random battle. And now there is a chance within those random battles that you will have to fight 10 other fucking Pokemon. So it's like a very cute feature, and they just ran into the ground literally within the first 10 minutes of me seeing it within the game. So if they change one thing in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, is I hope they turn that percentage chance of that happening like way down, because it's ridiculous.
At the end of this episode, Cyrus is actually going to sing the new updated Pokerap with all 780 Pokemon, so stay tuned for that.
I think it's like 892 now or something, isn't it?
Okay, maybe put aside a couple of hours for that at the end of the show. Catch him, gotta catch him all.
Yeah, 802 Pokemon. That's not including alternate versions and Mega Evolutions.
There's 108. Oh man, the poster would be like, you'd need like wallpaper for the whole room, wouldn't you?
can do it. We can do it.
Good times.
The other mild piece of news that I got is that I got a surprise in the post this week. Was if you're watching the video, I got my official Mighty Number 9 like replica Super NES box or NES box from that Kickstarter. Cool. They sent out like empty boxes if you backed the Mighty Number 9 Kickstarter.
I can get behind something like that.
Some good firewood for winter.
Yeah, I completely forgot it was even coming. So like the art book arrived, and I'm actually pretty happy with the art book. The game might be garbage, but that game had a lot of cool concept art, so I'm happy with that.
Put that in the box.
Yeah.
The game may be garbage, but it's got some all right artwork, I guess. Cyrus, the Famicast.
Yeah, Famicast officials like whatever, not slander, the other thing. Good
Slander.
praise.
Let's go with slander.
Yeah, I'd say let's stick with slander. It's fine.
Box quote, slander, whatever.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and close this out then.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
Thank you. So back, basically right on launch day of Dragon Quest XI, I had the game pre-ordered and I bought it. And I think I talked a little bit about that in the last episode, but I've actually played a little bit more, maybe about.
You've actually opened it.
Yeah. Well, like I think at the last episode I only played like 10 minutes. I didn't even get to a point where I could even save yet, but yeah.
They have to replay those 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Save?
It was in sleep mode, so it was totally fine. But yeah, I was kind of feeling around a little bit with Dragon Quest. And I mean, it's Dragon Quest. I mean, it seems to me that, I think I read something online about how when they were originally developing the game for the PlayStation 4, they didn't even have like a 3DS version in the works. They just kind of came to them and was like, oh shit, why don't we do that? We can make a whole lot of money doing that too. And I mean, that makes sense because they have an engine that they've been using basically since Dragon Quest VII, on 3DS, and that came out here in like 2013. So, and they've been using that for a lot of different games. Shoot, maybe even that Terry's Wonderland game. Like, there's like so many Dragon Quest games here that didn't come out in the West. It's kind of ridiculous. But
is that a direct quote from the director, by the way? Oh shit, we can make a lot of money if we make a 3DS version. I
think that's what he literally said. So.
Yeah, I think I read that in an interview as well.
Yes. But no, so I mean, it's kind of odd. Like they do have like some cinematics in the game. Like right at the beginning, it's basically like a down-resed version of what people would see on like the PlayStation 4 with like, I'm assuming the PlayStation 4 version would have maybe some kind of voice acting. I could be wrong. If anybody out there is listening and knows, please let us know. But it just has like text, like under parts where they're talking in these little cutscenes and stuff. It's fine.
That's a good question. Do Dragon Quest games have voice acting usually? I can't recall seeing any.
The ones on 3DS that I've played haven't.
Do you like Dragon Quest, Danny?
I think it's fine. It's fun.
Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest?
I've played more Final Fantasy.
No, which one do you like better?
Probably Final Fantasy.
Okay.
I'm trying to come around to it, Just I figure, hey, I'm here. Maybe try to have something Japanesey to talk about on the show. I mean, I think that was one of my original reasons to get like Dragon Quest VII when that came out back when it did.
Did you talk about that on the show?
Yeah, man.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, totally worth it. Totally worth you buying it and playing it.
Yes. No, I had fun with that game. I played for like 30, 35 hours, something like that. That means obviously nowhere close to beating it. But
you got past the tutorial, right?
I did. 25 hours in. No, but I'm going to try to keep plugging away at this. I keep going back to Splatoon 2 and just playing Turf War and nothing else. I don't even do Salmon Run. I don't do ranked modes. I don't do the single player. I just play the same bullshit every single time.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, this kind of ruts I get in with games. It's kind of annoying. I hate myself for it. But
what level are you at?
What's that?
What level are you at now?
3.
Level 3?
Yeah.
Level 3? Are you serious?
Yeah. Yes, level 3. I played the game for an hour, dude.
No, like not Dragon Quest, Splatoon.
Oh God!
I was gonna say I'm level
no.
5 and I played it for like 2 hours.
No. Sorry. No, I think I'm at 19, kind of working my way
That's
towards
pretty good.
20.
That's pretty good.
Sorry, I was like, "Jeez, man, come on, it's an hour." Dragon Quest.
No, notice how I totally believed you. Like I'm like, yeah, Daddy's level 3 in Splatoon. Yeah, sounds about right.
No, I think with the original Splatoon 2, I think I ended up when I just stopped playing online. I think I was like 22 or 23. I think that's when they had like level caps for a while, right? At like 20.
Oh yeah, good point. I think it was 30, and then they pushed it up to 50.
I remember that. That was a big day for my students.
Level 50, Jesus Christ! We thought no one's going to reach that 2 hours later. Everyone's got to level 50.
Yeah, they had even the producer announced that. He was like, "We're kind of shocked everyone got this far so fast."
Take care, everyone. Go outside sometime, yell.
Yeah.
Like there's a level 50 in Splatoon 2, like literally the week of its release. It's like, Jesus, dude. Are you all right?
See a lot of those, and I wonder why.
That's a lot of time. That's almost every hour since the game came out that he needed to play it.
Probably, yeah.
That's like Thai levels of, dedication.
Yeah. Well, aside from Dragon Quest and Splatoon, I was playing another game that we got for review for the site, and it's
Troll and I 2.
I promise no Troll and I talk until Troll and I 2. Until Troll and I 2.
Which is definitely happening, confirmed by Danny.
I just, as a reminder to myself that I played this horrendous piece of shit, I didn't delete it from my Switch. I just archived it, so I still have the icon on the front screen.
Right. You can do that. So what
Literally
happens
trolling yourself now.
Yes.
What happens when you click on the icon? Does it remind you need to download it or something? Or?
Yeah, there's a little cloud icon on top of it, and I didn't go and click that because
Why not? You should do it now. Do it right now.
I would. Switch is too far away. We've talked about this, James.
Who's it?
But no, not Troll and I. There's this game I've been playing called Forma 8, and this has been out on Wii U and PS4, Xbox, Steam, I think even Mac and Linux since February. And what it is, you're this little tiny circular probe that basically goes down to this planet, and you're basically just searching for stuff. It's a Metroidvania type of game, except you're not controlling a spaceman. So basically, as this little probe, you're, like I said, you're not a spaceman, so you're floating around all over the place. You really, excuse me, you really don't have a lot of attack power. At first, you have nothing, and it's all about getting more and more powerful as you're going through the game. And for the majority of the game, you have no projectile weapons, so to speak. You have this little kind of burst type of thing that once you get close to enemies and stuff, if they're in a certain very small range, it hurts them. And then you also get some kind of a bomb that obviously it's a bomb, and you could also use that little burst thingy to shoot those things across the stage and at enemies and stuff. And
so it's using physics as well as shooting,
right? And it's kind of hard to get used to how to aim this thing, because you basically have to be, it's kind of hard to explain. You're right behind the bomb, and it's basically the opposite. If you want it to go up, you got to go down, and then it'll shoot the bomb up, that type of a thing.
It's like playing pool.
Yeah, actually, yes. But actually, that's a very good way to say it.
You're
That's
welcome.
exactly right. The game looks great. It's done in hand-drawn vector art, and have lots of cool environments, and snow stuff, lava, just regular old caves, underwater, stuff like that. And pretty good variety of enemies too. Lots of flying things that shoot projectiles at you, little jumpy guys, and the coolest things are the bosses, because they're basically kind of puzzles in and amongst themselves. They usually there's some kind of a very specific way you have to defeat them, and it's just basically you're trying to figure that out, and once you do, you're all right, cool. Even if you do it on accident, it's just that feeling of, what's that?
By accident.
Yeah, thank you. Even if you do that on accident, by accident, excuse me, it still feels great. You're still oh, okay, that's how I do that.
Nice.
It's not super long either. I think it probably took me less than 10 hours to beat, but the middle of the game's kind of a slog. Like I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't making a lot of progress for a while, but then I got to like the last couple of bosses and things just started picking up, and then I was like, holy shit, it's over.
Oh, right. Cool. So you got to the end.
Yeah.
So is this on everything apart from Japan eShop?
Yeah, and what's really weird about this too, there are so many language options, even Japanese. And then I was thinking, like, is this even available? And no, it's not available here. So
it probably will be soon, but they just haven't fit it into the schedule, I guess.
I don't know. It's been since February. I mean, it could be they're trying to
on
find
the Switch it hasn't though.
Well, yeah. But
Switch
I
is brand
mean,
new.
it's not out on anything else here either.
Wonder if it's on the Japanese Wii U eShop.
It's not. I checked. It's not.
Okay.
98% sure of that.
Yeah, I mean, Danny, you must be thankful that the region freeness of the Switch. I mean, you don't have to miss out on all the indie games anymore.
Yeah, it's really weird because I mean I just got used to not playing indie games for like basically my whole life, so I knew of their existence, but that's kind of weird that I actually had a chance to play.
Yeah, I was the same as you until the Wii U, and Nintendo kind of upped their game with the Wii U in terms of getting indies on board and actually having a console which had more than 40 megabytes of storage. And like Nintendo of Europe and Nintendo of America were really good at signing up those indies. But Nintendo, NCL, Japan, holy shit, they just didn't give a shit about indies.
Yeah, and like what they've done in the past, even with Wii U, like sometimes Nintendo will actually publish some of the games that they.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're a huge, like, super well polished, like, really world famous indie game, you might get picked up by Nintendo or another big publisher. But like all the kind of medium to small ones, you ain't seeing those in Japan.
Yeah, there are some companies that kind of specialize in doing this, like Rainy Frog and Kosen. I think those are two companies that do a lot of this type of stuff. But it almost seems like if these indies aren't getting a hold of these type of guys here in Japan, there's basically almost no chance of their games getting released here. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I guess maybe they've got a rule where it has to be in fully localized into Japanese, because like I'm sure there are like countries like like Germany or France, they wouldn't care if it's only in English. I think you could still release it there and get away with it, but maybe not so much in Japan.
Right. I mean, with Forma 8, like the thing about this game, I think the only thing they would probably have to translate are the opening menus, because there's no text at all in the game. Like and at the same time, they still do a really good job of kind of like conveying. I wouldn't even story, I guess maybe you could even say. It's all like visual. It's all just like that. You feel a lot of like kind of like loneliness and like kind of like what you would in like a Metroid game. Like you're just all alone as this little tiny.
That's the worst, isn't it? Like when you have games like that, which could so easily be ported to a Japanese audience, and it doesn't. It's like, oh, you got 2 words. Fuck it, give it to me. I'll fucking email you the translation in an hour, mate. We'll get it sorted. Yeah. But they don't do that. But we've talked about this several times on Famicast before. It's all about how you need to have a base in Japan to get these things published. You can't just be like a dude in a basement, which you kind of like can be that now. Like on Switch, like if you want to be an indie publisher on Switch, you can just be a dude with a computer and a dev kit, and you can get it done, right? Yeah. But for whatever reason, man, fucking racism. I'm just going to put it down to that.
It's just Japan bureaucracy being bureaucratic. Specialization. So
just throw so much red tape in it that people just go, fuck it, I can't be bothered with that.
Yeah.
The red tape of fate. It's what all those anime are based around, isn't it?
Gross.
Tie it around your pinky finger, and then you get like a 2-year contract.
I mean, Shovel Knight is pretty much like the only one I can think of which has been successful in all 3 regions. But when it came to Japan, that was a huge job, wasn't it? I mean, they had fucking special editions, the amiibo, and it became Nintendo exclusive because of that reason, right?
Right.
So yeah, weird.
Yeah.
So things like Forma 8, just make a European or American account. Boom, you're done.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay. Well, that's gonna pretty much do it for me. So we're gonna go ahead and move on.
now playing, isn't it?
Yeah. So, James, do you want to introduce it?
Now playing at the Famicast.com.
Well,
do you have to actually talk about stuff as well, I guess?
maybe just how about you talk about your guys' last show? Again.
Yeah. Okay. Cyrus, take it away.
Yeah, we talked about a Nintendo game, but yeah, we
Brilliant.
James and I, we had the Super Splat Hour just recently. So you might have noticed in this episode, we're kind of glossing over a lot of Splatoon stuff that we could have talked about, but we, in the Patreon exclusive episode, we kind of deep dived into a lot of Splatoon stuff. So that was good times. James getting his first looks in, me getting my also kind of first looks in.
Yeah, I downloaded it like earlier that day, I think. It was good times.
Yeah, I think we had pretty differing opinions on some parts of it. I'm still not a huge fan of that game. Like, I love it to bits, but I'm also like deeply disappointed in it, kind of thing.
To find out why Cyrus is wrong, tune in to Super Splat Hour.
There it is. And, I was just talking about Forma 8, and I have a review up right now on the Famicast.com. You can check that out, see what my final score was. And, yeah, I go into a little bit more detail than what I did here on the show, so you want to definitely check that out. On the reviews front as well, we had a guest reviewer. You've heard him on the show before, our good buddy Egotaku, a.k.a. John Cousins. He reviewed Pixel Lines DX for the Switch for us. So you want to check out his review as well on the Famicast.com.
Yeah, both good reviews. Enjoyed.
Good. And we have some more reviews coming up. This one's a maybe. We might be getting a certain baseball game that's coming out on the Switch on November 5th that will remain nameless.
Yeah, there's some cool indie games coming out in September. There's a kind of like a Metroid-looking shooter game called like More Fight.
Yes.
Which we're going to get the review for that. But it's just been delayed, so it could be like late September. So we might talk about it like maybe in the next Famicast episode, 110 or something like that. Maybe even 111. Who knows?
Let's just go for 120.
That would be a hefty delay. Okay. And so September Patreon episodes. And Danny, you've got one, right?
Yeah, boy, we got another episode of the Famicast Collector's Corner coming your way. Cyrus doesn't even know this yet, but he's going to be helping me out.
This is how fucking secret this is. This is like off the chain.
Dog.
Is this like when Sakurai found out he was making Smash Brothers? Like
Basically.
Cyrus is just finding out he's on the show now?
And then Cyrus, also, you got to plan the whole show and host it and do it by yourself. Thanks.
That's cool. It's all going to be about that mighty number 9 box. It's going to be sick.
Right. 3 hours. Get ready.
Oh, we've also got a new Family Chat in, right, Danny?
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. It's about the end of Miiverse. And so we're all, and, we'll get into this a little bit more in the news, but we all have thoughts on Miiverse. And even Ty had some funny, interesting things to say. And I went ahead and threw up some, like, basically the best of all of our Miiverse in the article, too. So you can see that Cyrus has some amazing artwork. James has some funny people trolling him.
Some quality user feedback and creator content feedback.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I was playing some weird game that doesn't even exist anymore. And Ty's posts. Well, you just have to check it out.
I didn't think I would actually laugh reading, but Ty's one, like, it's perfect. I genuinely laughed when I saw the picture on Ty's one.
Yeah, I was really happy. I was so happy to find that. I was like, oh my god, this is freaking perfect.
Awesome.
Yep.
We actually do have except for Danny's what's it called? Looks Good on the Shelf podcast.
Collector's Corner, yes.
That's what I said.
Yes.
We actually have a brand new show. This is actually like the 8th podcast Patreon spin-off show. And it is called Happy Smile Super Challenge Famicast Wish Show. and you might be able to guess what that is, but you might not. And I'd like to leave it like that because it sounds more mysterious. But this was chosen by our patrons. We let them decide what the 8th show would be, and that's what we're going to do. We'll talk about it more in 110. But yeah, patrons, please do be looking forward to. I think you're going to like it. Well, yeah, you're definitely going to like it because you asked for it.
Yeah, hopefully. God bless you.
Oh my goodness.
So stay tuned to Famicast.com for more exclusive episodes, news, reviews, and other exciting content. I'll do it.
Boom. All right, next. James, we need another one of your lovely sound drops for this next topic.
It's the Japanese.
There it is. It wouldn't be the news without James saying Japanese. Because when I say it, it just doesn't work.
Followed by 3 of you going, ugh.
And it doesn't work when he says it either, so it's not like much as
You be quiet. What do you know about it, man?
I don't know. Can you tell me what's new? Maybe I'll find out.
Should we just start this?
Yes. So I'll go ahead and just kind of talk about this first one. We were just talking about this. So as everybody out there is aware by now, Miiverse is dying. And it's coming to a close on November 8th here.
Sorry, is this podcast in 2013 or 2017?
Yeah.
Dying? Don't you mean dead?
Yeah, you don't have to announce that it's news, even like month-old news that the Miiverse is dying. You could have said that at launch.
Okay, it's actually, the grave is dug. They're ready to throw the rotten corpse into the fucking hole.
There you go.
This is happening on November 8th here and November 7th in America. And alongside that, because they just wanted to save money on the grave, they just go ahead and throw in the fucking TV service and the Wii U chat in there too.
Which was already dead in Japan and Europe anyway.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Well, I would say, the TV, not necessarily. The TV service in Japan, this is different than what it was in the States. Like, this is actually like a TV guide.
Yeah, it was it was different in every region, wasn't
Yeah,
it? In America, it was this kind of fancy thing which like put together all of your streaming services in one, let you watch
basically what
NFL
Apple does right now. What Apple does right now with their TV app on their phones. And anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But like as usual in America, like it's like got lots of features and works quite well in quotation marks. In Europe, it fucking didn't exist, and in Japan, it kind of exists, but it's kind of shit and it's kind of different all at the same time. So yeah, European one was like coming soon for like 2 years, and then they just said, actually no, it's never coming. But I always thought the American one looked kind of interesting. Like you can like post messages in real time, like during the game, and like take screenshots of the TV and like write on it and comment and stuff like thing. Like the concept was interesting, but that never made it outside of America.
Right.
And the Japan one was just a fucking newspaper, basically.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Fun.
Yeah, I guess the European one was just too complicated to set up because you have so many TV channels in so many countries, all with different regulations and different things at different times. I guess it was just too complicated, or more like too expensive to set up. And I guess all their parents went home, so they just gave up.
Right, exactly.
Oh, so yeah, all that's going. Initially, when I saw the like news on a website about this, it was like Wii U chat and TV are going away, and I just like, fuck, who cares? But then if I'd actually read the article, it would have said Miiverse as well, and there are some parts of Miiverse that are worth keeping, as we talked about in our Fami chatting article. So you should check that out. Next.
Actually, Cyrus. Actually, no. Ty, do you want to read about this next one?
What, the non-news news?
Yes.
Okay.
Your favorite.
A Super Nintendo Classic. It's on pre-order in the West for 7 seconds, according to us.
Yes.
Exactly 7 seconds.
Yeah, but we got no pre-orders in Japan. None. We got nothing.
Yeah. This is really weird because I checked the Japanese site multiple times and whatnot, because I think the Japanese Nintendo, the Twitter handle guy and like blogger guy, you know what I'm talking about?
Like the official news guy?
That news guy. Yes.
For NCL?
No. The guy, the British dude on Twitter.
Oh,
Japanese
Nintendo. Yeah.
News. Anyways,
Friend of the show.
Yes. Anyways, on Twitter he said something like, "Oh, they're gonna be on go on pre-order here in Japan like the middle of September." But I've even searched in Japanese, like like Super Famicom Mini, and then like Yoyaku, like reservations, and only find like people saying things on Twitter, and I haven't seen anything from like Nintendo.
No longer a friend of the show. There you go. Danny's made it official.
Yeah. No. I don't know where the hell everybody's getting this information from. They always link back up to the Super Famicom Mini page, and as far as I looked, I even did like the Control F. I didn't find shit. Anyways,
try harder.
Probably by the time this episode's out, everyone's gonna have a pre-order for the thing you sent me. So have fun with that.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be like another, I don't know, Mad Max Thunderdome trying to get your hands on a Super Famicom Mini, I think.
Yeah, I just hope.
Yeah, why do people think that Nintendo are going to change? Like, it's worked for them in the past again and again. They've turned people into a frothing mass trying to get these things.
Right. Yeah. Maybe they think that they're getting a profit from the eBay resellers. Maybe somebody should tell them. They don't. They don't.
Maybe
actually.
they are the eBay sellers. Ooh, shit.
Wow. Confirmed.
It's just Reggie. Hundreds of accounts done by Reggie.
Could be.
I don't know. There's a couple small developers that just kind of, quote, find a box of their rare-ass game from time to time and just put those up on eBay.
Right.
So, I mean...
Found / in our warehouse.
I'm a little bit serious. Just a little bit.
So, who likes PayPal?
I have mixed feelings.
Yeah, PayPal, they charge you a lot for doing anything, don't they? It's kind of bullshit.
No, not really. But I think sometimes that they'll just clean out your account just because.
What?
But like,
what?
Transferring shit to your bank, they always take like, a good few dollars just because they want to. It's bullshit.
All right. Well, okay. So what we're getting at is PayPal is going to work on the Switch.
Already has, hasn't it? It's already started?
Yeah, Japanese only, though. Japanese PayPal is a bit weirder than other ones, isn't it?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Be careful. They don't like you having two PayPal accounts.
No, even though you need it.
Business and one is personal.
One's for pleasure.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. No, yeah.
One's for paying your workers, the other one's for buying dildos? What do you mean?
Yeah. Like if you have a business
that buys dildos.
And like
that's a gray area, that one.
Like it's actually a different account type with different services, I guess. I may have one, I don't remember.
Japanese one?
No, I don't have a Japanese PayPal.
Oh, okay.
I needed one actually, because like somebody from Europe tried to pay me money and it didn't work for them. So like I had to set up like a Japanese one, and then man, that took a lot. I had to like end up calling and faxing people to set it up. It's crazy.
Yes.
Oh man, don't let them know that you have two PayPal accounts. They'll like lock it down and take all your fucking money.
What, from two different countries?
Yes.
Huh. No, I think the Japanese one is kind of like a Galapagos syndrome. It's like, it's Japan exclusive.
It's not. One of my pals' accounts got locked down.
So all y'all PayPal people who are big fans of the show, keep it between us. We'll give you free Patreon access.
Reported.
Yeah. When I was saying I had two PayPal accounts, I actually meant my friend had the second one.
Yeah, I think I really want to give some advice out real quick. Don't leave money on your PayPal account. It's not subject to the same protections as like a fucking bank has.
Right. Yeah.
So like they could just like lock you down, steal your money, and because of some minor service violation that may or may not have actually happened.
Yeah, I remember during like the Indivisible crowdfunding, I think it was PayPal that like a lot of their money was going into the PayPal account. They had to withdraw funds, to pay for stuff or whatever. but because something triggered like that PayPal was acting suspiciously, it like locked down their PayPal account in the middle of the crowdfunding, like trying to get money to fund their game. Suddenly, no one could give them any money because. So it's like, yeah, PayPal can be a little finicky.
Yeah, so like I said, don't leave money on it.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Well, here in Japan, another thing that I kind of wanted to say. I mean, that's good advice, obviously, but like you can't. Okay, you can link it to a bank account here, but you cannot add money from your bank account like directly. You have to have a credit card assigned to your account. That then you could use PayPal, which is going to then use your credit card to make like a purchase. It's really fucking stupid.
Unless you have a fax.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably some kind of different laws and regulations with banking and shit that just makes it so they have to do it like this. But it's totally not. It's just useless to have a Japanese PayPal account because if you have that, you have to have a Japanese credit card, so you can already get shit in Japan. But
right. Guess what? Lots of international things that you're used to using don't exist in Japan.
Yes.
Uber, for one.
It does. It does, but it's different.
Airbnb till like earlier this year.
Yeah.
Several other things.
Yeah, that reminds me. Last time I was in America for a fighting game tournament, one of my Japanese pals is like, "Oh boy, I can't wait to fucking use Uber. That shit is amazing." Like he was like excited to use it, and I'm like, "Come on, dude, we're staying like 150 meters from the venue." Like, come on, man, Uber.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Did he set up his GameFly account?
Just kidding. Is GameFly still around?
I think so.
Huh.
I was always very jealous listening to American podcasts, like, you know, people just getting infinite games every month and only paying like whatever $9.99. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. I never tried it, but it seemed like
obviously
a good deal.
Doesn't work in Japan because game rentals are illegal.
Yes.
Right.
Thanks, Nintendo. What's next?
Is that Xbox Game Pass? What up?
Yeah.
That smells like. Next one smells like a Cyrus thing.
I put this on here because I saw it.
You can go over that because I am out of touch with this topic.
Okay, well, this is going to be James. You might as well just fucking say this.
Fire Emblem's Heroes has been updated. Next is Shovel Knight has some amiibos.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was pretty good. Is that I think I've mentioned in the show before that like I like amiibos, shock horror. But
really, what are those hundreds of things behind you?
But the Shovel Knight amiibo, and I love Shovel Knight, but every time I see the Shovel Knight amiibo on the shelf, I'm like, oh man, I'm totally going to buy it this time. And then I pick it up and I'm like, man, this thing looks like garbage. And I put it back on the shelf. Yeah,
so
Danny's showing it off.
It does not. I think it's awesome.
It looks good when it's really blurry and low resolution and you can't actually see what you're looking at. It's beautiful then. But like, I just find it's got this like, because obviously the yacht games, whatever they're called, big yacht games.
Yacht Club games.
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club's the one. They like,
Man.
they're
Cyrus,
not
Cyrus's opinions are just being invalidated with everything he says.
like,
Keep going.
Like this is, you know, they're not a giant multi-billion-dollar corporation like Nintendo are. So they can't afford to get like the highest quality figurine makers like all the Nintendo amiibo are.
I don't think those 5 guys are actually making all of the amiibo themselves, by the way.
Well, the fucking that one looks like they did. And then
Out of Play-Doh.
Burn.
but it's like they're using like the cheaper plastic and the softer molds that aren't quite as detailed as like the ones that Nintendo use. So it's it looks very different to the Nintendo plastic kind of thing, and it looks less quality. Is what I always think. And but that aside, that they've announced 3 new amiibo to tie in with like the 3 expansion packs. So the Spectre Knight, Plague Knight, and now King Knight, the last one. And I think the same thing, that these look like they're super cool at first glance, and then the build quality just looks so bad on these things. Like King Knight especially, he looks like something you get out of a blind bag like one of those little cheap enough little figurines, like Monster in My Pocket from back in the day.
I know those.
And
I played the game.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Danny, do you have an opinion? Now Cyrus has told everyone his wrong opinion.
I think it's fine. I mean, I don't know. It's Shovel Knight. He's a cool character.
No, the new ones, the new 3 new ones.
Oh, those. Again,
we're in the news section, Danny.
Yeah.
Not the old section.
Sorry. No, again, like Cyrus, I think you bring up a good point. I mean, looking at this thing, it's like, okay, maybe the quality and the details not as sharp as what it is on the other things. It's really hard to tell because I just watched the YouTube video on my phone for these things. That wasn't even probably the highest quality setting, you know. So that was a freaking fantastic video, by the way.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer for the Shovel Knight Amiibo 3-pack, go watch it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
nice.
But I don't know.
So what do they actually do? Do we know what they do, or they just announced them and then more details later, kind of thing?
There's that fairy knight thing that's in the Switch Shovel Knight. It like finds items for you or something.
Yeah. As they were saying that, my wife was like asking me a question. I was like, da.
Yeah, it upgrades that fairy and probably gives them a new Spectre Knight, Plague Knight, and King Knight skin. And it's got like new armor options for I think they said for Spectre Knight, and it didn't say what the other ones did.
Oh,
it said, and probably something else for the other one.
What happens when you hold them in front of your Kinect?
I don't know. Microsoft probably, they put your name on a list somewhere.
I think Ty's already been put on the list. Don't worry about it.
I am the list.
But that trailer is like, I was just watching it and my fiance was kind of behind me and she could hear, they do it like this sexy voice. So it's like, you know, I don't know what.
All right, don't spoil it.
Yeah, I won't spoil too much, but it's got this like sexy voiceover, and my fiance is like, "What the heck are you watching?" And she came over and she watched it with me, and she was like in tears laughing at this thing. It's so good. And
my wife
and I watched it again just to like refresh my memory for this podcast, and she came over and watched it again with me because she thought it was so funny. And she's like, "Man, I want to buy these amiibo just because the trailer is so funny."
So you pushed her out the room and said, "No."
If they put that much effort into the actual amiibos they did to the trailer, it would be like knocked out of the park.
Okay. Next. Talking about, well, no, there's no amiibos for the next game. Mario Rabbids is out.
Yeah.
You know, I asked people on Twitter, like, would you buy a game which is not in a genre that you like with a character that you absolutely hate, but everyone says is good? So like, this is what it is for me. This is what Mario Rabbids is for me. Because like, I fucking hate rabbits and I don't really like strategy games. So like, you put those two together, why would I like this game? You know what I mean? But people are like raving, excuse the pun, about this game. Where it's like, well, nothing you can say can convince me. Like, people on Twitter had some good examples, like Crash Bandicoot dating game. You know, somebody didn't like dating games in Crash Bandicoot. But like, what would be your most hated character with your most hated game genre? Can you think of them now off the top of your head? I'm sure Ty's got like 50 answers already.
Yeah, probably a Minions RPG.
Minions RPG. So if I said to you, Ty, this Minions RPG is the greatest thing ever, it's like fucking 10 out of 10. You're not going to buy it, are you?
I'd have some follow-up questions at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, is it written ironically? that might be it.
That's good. That's good. The Minions RPG. This kind of like this is kind of like
it's
that.
Kind of like that Sonic the Hedgehog, that 3D animated show, Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
It sounds terrible, but it's it is like written like pretty tongue in cheek, and it's amazing.
Sonic RPG, that would be another one, because there was one on DS.
Yeah.
Well, it still exists.
Yeah, that's actually shit. That's like the last. Again, it's kind of like deja vu here, because again, people were like raving over that game when it came out. Like, no, it's amazing, but it's Sonic. It's an RPG. Why would I like that?
Shout outs to cliffhanger endings on games that don't get sequels.
Like, I don't know, maybe they have to be pretty confident in your game to release something like that.
Cyrus, do you have a most hated character with most hated genre?
I was trying to think. Maybe that potato character that's on all the bags of chips here. God, I hate that guy.
Calby something.
Yeah, the Calby chip dude. God, he's so horrible.
In a
I don't know, what games don't I like? Blaze Blue, that fighting game, Blaze Blue.
You like Blaze Blue?
potato chip fighting game, brilliant.
Yeah, well, just particularly Blaze Blue. I like fighting games.
Okay.
Huh.
Danny?
I
Hated
was never a
character.
big fan of Watto from Star Wars Episode 1, 2, 3.
Is that the flying
The
dude?
flying blue bum. Mix him in with maybe like a online competitive hyper realistic cricket simulator.
Brilliant. WATTO'S Pro Cricket 2018.
There it is.
Okay.
That's amazing.
And Knuckles.
So why is this in the news? It's been announced and then it's been released. Everyone likes it?
Yeah, I just took it in
Oh, okay.
because everyone was talking about it and I was like, looks like
Oh,
news.
but in Japan it's like crazy delayed, right? It's like next year or something, isn't it? Or...
Yes, it's temporarily stated or slated for just 2018. They don't have.
Wow,
any
that is
information.
hell of a delay.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, it was Western developed with some guidance from Miyamoto and Nintendo, so it kind of makes sense. Take some time with the translation work, I'm sure.
Yeah, I guess maybe they don't want to detract away from Odyssey coming.
That's true too. And there's other shit coming out. Monster Hunter's out around the same time. You know, Dragon Quest Online's coming out next month. Pokken. You know, yeah, there's just a lot of shit coming out here that's not coming out in America. So
Dragon Quest Online, the Dragon Quest 10,
Dragon Quest 10,
the Switch re-release.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I think about it. I think I saw that in the game shop. It's like 3 packages in one or something.
Yeah.
Like 3.
And then there's like another package coming out later this year.
All in one.
Yeah. 41. Yes.
Next.
Add more stuff if you have anything. Thanks, guys. No. We mentioned the Splatfest that was announced for Japan. Again, this is a McDonald's theme. I'm loving it. They're actually our sponsor for today.
I'm loving it.
And it's basically which side would you like to have with your meal, fries or nuggets. And I made a side note here. Some people were talking on Twitter like, this is a thing that happened all the time. No. This started up in 2015. I even kind of semi-argue with my wife about this because I had to be right.
Totally worth arguing with your wife about this.
Yes. Now I have to stay in this little tiny room for like the next 2 weeks. Everything's fine. No, but yeah. Basically now if you get like a set meal, you can choose either like nuggets, fries, or I think maybe even like a salad. But why would you want to do that? So
yeah, thanks, Supersize Me. Jesus.
yeah, bullshit.
Morgan Spurlock, whatever his name is.
I do like that movie. Every time I watch it, I do want to eat McDonald's. Am I the
I
only
guess
one?
kids have got to eat healthy now. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, son of a bitch. Yeah, so I voted for Nuggets, and this is starting on, next weekend, the 9th and 10th.
So if you want to level up quickly, go and play Splatoon 2 when Japan are having their Splatfest, because there will be 0 Japanese players playing.
There it is. There it is.
And Danny.
Yeah, and me too. That's fine.
Danny
Doesn't
won't
make
play.
any difference. So
Okay. So you chose Nuggets, did you?
yeah, chose the Nuggets, even though that I get fries mostly and nuggets. But
Great. No one cares.
yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. At any rate, let's go ahead and move on here to some quick thoughts about the latest Nintendo Switch Nindies Summer Showcase that was just kind of showed off last week. Obviously, maybe not so obviously. This had nothing to do with Japan. They just ignored the fact that this thing even existed. So
But
nothing.
was it like American focused, but I guess maybe some of them would come to Europe as well, but none of them would come to Japan. That's my assumption anyway.
Yeah.
It was
At least
presented-
At least one game was pretty big that was going to come to Japan.
At least one game here is already like 2 years old.
Okay.
Guess which one?
Shovel Knight.
Doesn't count new content.
I was like, yes, but
So in order, Super Meat Boy Forever is coming first to Nintendo Switch in 2018.
but
Yeah, boy.
then they said that it wasn't coming first to Switch.
Oh, okay, they went back on it. Brilliant.
Yeah.
The art style looks slightly different, like more chunky outlines.
Mm.
And there's like more characters to play as or something.
I don't know. There's already
fun.
a lot of characters.
Yeah, Meat Boy had like 50 characters or something, didn't it?
Not that many,
Lots.
but it was like 12 to 20, I think.
It looks good and fun.
Yeah.
Ty, I'm assuming you're just going to wait for the PC or Xbox version.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if a Switch falls in my hands. I'd probably buy it.
Then Shovel Knight, what's it called? King of Cards?
King of Cards.
That's early 2018.
Yeah. Oh, man. That just gave me some bad memories of when adding a card system to a game was like a design fad in like early 2000s. Do you remember this shit?
Yeah.
Was it
Like I had to stop myself playing. What was that? Try something in Final Fantasy VIII? Triple Triad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a damn good game.
Phantasy Star Online 3, that was all card based, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mega Man Battle Network and stuff, or whatever.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit I'm talking
Street
about.
Fighter card games like WonderSwan, right?
Oh, yeah. SVC Card Fighters Clash.
Okay.
That game was
What?
actually good, though.
Okay.
Pokemon trading card game.
But
That
yeah,
was-
you know what I'm talking about.
Why is that not on Switch?
But I mean, like, even like games that have nothing to do with cards, like they just get this card system shoehorned in. Like,
Right.
Metal Gear Acid.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking cards, man.
Mom hid my game.
Oh yeah.
This looks
Oh,
this looks poverty game standard. This is going to be like $5, I hope, or
Yeah.
less.
I mean, okay, I laughed, so I got to give the game credit.
Right, just the name alone is pretty.
Oh
Funny.
yeah, it seems sort of like a drive-by flash game,
yeah. Doesn't
but like a
look
loading screen for another game.
Right.
Yeah.
That's coming in late 2017 this year. Then we have Golf Story, which I guess is like the Mario Golf story thing, which was missing from the last Mario Golf, but they made a whole game out of it. And this is a Switch exclusive, and that comes out like later this month. Looks cute.
Okay.
Then we have Floor Kids.
Yeah,
This is
that looked weird.
coming first to Nintendo Switch. So I guess
Yeah,
other
the art
consoles later.
style was pretty cool, but definitely a strange little game.
It's like a dance game, but like breakdancing game.
rhythm.
Yeah,
it's
like a rhythm action game, but like you can freestyle most of the game or something. I'm not really sure what it was.
Yeah, they didn't really show like how you would control it. They just said that it's just a rhythm game, so it's just button presses, or you like twirling around the sticks.
I have to wonder if it's like a spiritual sequel to Bust a Move, aka Bust a Groove.
I don't know. I thought of Cyrus when I saw this game.
Oh, thank you.
Looked like a kind of visually a game that he would like. This is coming in like Christmas this year. And then we had, what the fuck is this game? Wolverblade?
The
Which
Wolverine.
is like, this looks kind of interesting. I guess it's like a strategy game.
I don't know. I think that's the beat 'em up, right?
Yeah.
And it's like
know.
based on like British history. Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like-
Like I know this one. It's British history. You're like trying to take back England or whatever from.
It's basically like
Right.
my image was like it's like the
Vikings.
Last Kingdom, that Netflix BBC show.
Called what?
The Last Kingdom.
Vikings.
The Last Kingdom. Okay.
The Last Kingdom, not Vikings.
Yeah, it looks like Vikings, but it's like kind of hand-drawn Flash-ish style artwork. And that's coming first to Nintendo Switch. I guess when they say coming first to Nintendo Switch, they mean like then another console soon after or whatever, right?
Could be. And I was listening to some other podcasts that, like I said about the Meat Boy thing. Like some of these things, they I think Nintendo really jumped the gun, because some of the other like some of these other outlets were like checking like, whoa, really? And we're like, whoa, what? So like some of these are maybe day and date with some other consoles too, or
like one day before or something like that, right?
who knows?
It's like I am the oldest twin. Just
Right.
like
yeah.
Yeah.
2 seconds. So anyway, Wolverblade is coming out like this month. And then we have Polybridge, which is I guess like World of Goo, but like not using goo, actually using like construction bits and stuff. Like you have to make a bridge to cross something, and like or fling a car over a thing. But
like I
it's
played
kind
a
of cool.
Flash game of this kind of thing. It was like I think it's called Bridge Building Simulator or something. I played it a few years ago.
Constructor.
Yeah, maybe something like that. It's actually a lot of fun.
It's like 3D polys, like kind of chunky polygon kind of looking thing. It looks kind of cute.
Physics-based type of thing.
Hopefully, you would think this would be like, you know, like again, like a $5 or less game.
Yeah, I think this is actually a knockoff of Bridge Builder, because Bridge Builder is old as fuck.
Yep.
So this is a console exclusive, so that means it's probably PC and Switch only.
Yeah, it was on Steam 2 years ago.
There you go. That's coming out at Christmas. And then we have Kentucky Route Zero TV edition. This seems to have like a big audience already, so maybe it exists already.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it. It's a really like you said, my kind of game too, because it's so visually weird.
Yeah, I guess it's like an adventure game. Yeah, this is a console exclusive, so yeah, like probably Steam and Switch. But yeah, like really kind of like, what do you call it? Like abstract colors and stuff. Kind of like Flashback or Another World, if you remember those games. Yeah, that's coming early next year. And then this Earth Atlantis game, it's like pencil drawn submarine shooting game.
Yeah, like the story is like the world ended around the time, like basically would have been like maybe the mid to late 1800s, and like somehow monsters formed with like machines and
it's like
the ocean.
What do you call it? Steampunk, I guess.
But everybody's dead.
Everybody. Yeah, exactly. Steampunk, but like drawn by pencils, and it's all like completely not black and white, like gray and white. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, like kind of brown, as if it was like brown coloring pencils.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
Colored.
That's coming in autumn, and that's coming first to Switch, and then 2 days later, everything else probably, or whatever. That was Earth Atlantis, because I didn't say the name. Next one is called Next Up Hero. Next Up Hero. I guess, yeah, it's like a 3D, like isometric view. I think it's like very colorful, bright, I guess like RPG thing, but like once one guy dies, like the next hero comes up and you just control someone else. Like Wonderful 101 style thing, maybe. Looks kind of interesting. And that's next year anyway. And then we have a big one. This one might come to Japan. SteamWorld Dig 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, we're going to be hearing. I mean, people have been playing this actually at the what was the last games thing?
Gamescom or PAX West.
Yeah, one of those PAX games. It was playable, right? Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, did we all play SteamWorld Dig?
I did.
I did not.
Cyrus?
Not at all.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
SteamWorld Dig is like, yeah, super fun, super cheap, but like it's not that long either. But like, yeah, really, really cool game. And this one's like they've expanded everything, so it's like, you know, got more of a story, more stuff to do, like more variety of worlds and stuff. They've like just basically just expanded everything that the original had. And yeah, I think they've announced a price actually. It's going to be like $8-9 or something like that. Something like it's not too expensive. I mean, the first game was like really cheap, wasn't it? It's like less than $5.
Yeah, it's $5-6. Yeah.
And yeah, you got a lot of content for that. So yeah, this looks really cool. SteamWorld Dig 2. And that is coming out on the September this year. 21st of this month.
Nice.
It's premieres on Switch and then comes to other stuff later.
Yeah.
Next we have this game called Mulaka. This looks like fucking what's that programming tool that all the indie games use?
Unity?
Unity. I mean, I don't want to use Unity as like a negative thing, because you know Unity is great and everything, but like this looks very kind of basic. It's kind of like it's like a 3D adventure game, but like super poverty style. like very basic characters and stuff. But I guess it's on purpose. I guess it's the art style.
Yeah.
But it's like Breath of the Wild, but like if the main guy only had 8 polygons.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. Again, like one of those. I like when indie companies know that they don't have like the art team to fully render a giant game, so they just like take it in a weird direction, and then it's like, hey, it looks cool and unique, and we don't have to hire a team of 1 million artists to do this.
Yeah. And
like
and it'll cost a fraction of other big games, right? That's Mulaka, and that's coming next year. Yeah, so they got lots of time to work on it anyway. And this one, I like the look of this next one. It's called Yono and the Celestial Elephants.
This game looks so adorable.
This is a console exclusive, so probably Steam and Switch. And this comes out on 12th of October next month. Yono is like, I guess, the name of the main elephant. Super adorable.
So.
Yeah, like isometric 3D polygon, but like very cute art style. But super sharp, super clean, super nice looking. Does anyone remember what kind of game this is?
Looks like an action game because you're doing all sorts of stuff. You can like blow fire out of his nose.
Yeah.
Like, all sorts of crazy stuff.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Then we have, what is this? Dragon Marked for Death. Is this like is this a fighting game? No, this is not a fighting game, is it? No,
this is
like a Castlevania type game.
Isn't this the what's his face? Inafune's company. That guy, that company, that stuff.
I watched some footage of this. It's kind of pretty. It's kind of just like 2D action, I guess.
Yeah.
That comes out in winter, and that's a Switch exclusive.
Yeah, kind of came out of nowhere, but very pretty.
Dragon Marked for Death. I like it's just in Japanese. It's Marked for Death. Just. Yep. And then we have Battle Chef Brigade.
I've been kind of following this on Twitter. Like a lot of the artists, they pop up in my feed a lot.
Adult Swim games.
Oh yeah.
It kind of looks like Adventure Time mixed with something else. I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. It's like you platform just to get ingredients, and then you have to and then it's like a rhythm game to like cook the food back at the home base.
I thought it was like a match 3 puzzler with the same type of...
Yeah, match 3. Sorry. I knew it was something ping.
Yeah. I started immediately thinking of Cyrus and Ironcast. And because of like the little, they had like little orbs at like the bottom of the screen.
Ironcast, Cyrus's new podcast coming next month.
Man, I could talk. I still haven't beat that game. It's hard.
So yeah, that's called Battle Chef Brigade, and that comes out Christmas this year. It's coming first to Switch, so that could mean anything. Other consoles later, other consoles an hour later, who knows?
Right.
Next one, this one looks cool. This is Morphe's Law. Morphe's Law.
Oh yeah, we've seen this before.
This is like a third-person shooter, kind of like, I guess, Splatoon style. But like you can like deform your character, like you shoot people in the head, their head gets smaller.
Yeah, you steal their mass, so anytime you shoot someone, like that part gets smaller and your part gets bigger.
And instead of Judd the cat judging how much ink you've put on the floor, it's like these massive like blow up balloon men that get bigger, and whoever's got the biggest balloon blow up man at the end wins. It's kind of crazy.
It's such a weird game. It definitely looks like a game that I wish was being made by a AAA company kind of thing.
Right.
That it's like it's got a cool idea, it's got a kind of a cool art thing going for it, but it looks like it has this almost like it has this one map and it's got this one game mode and that's it.
What are you saying? You don't trust Cosmoscope to make a good game?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Anyway, it's coming out in the winter, but that could get delayed, right? And this is a Nintendo. This is a Switch console exclusive, so this will be like Steam and Switch, I guess. Probably do better on Steam, probably.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Next, we have probably the best named game, Sausage Sport. I can't even say with a straight face. Hold on. Sausage Sports Club. Where it's like lots of cute animals and like spraying ink everywhere, like a multiplayer game, I guess.
Yeah, I looked at it. I thought it looked like Gang Beasts.
It really looks like Gang Beasts.
But it looks like it doesn't actually play very similar.
What's with the ink everywhere? Is that they're trying to get the Splatoon crowd in there?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like this game, just none of it makes sense. When one of your selling points is like, look at these animals' necks wobble back and forth.
But the name, come on. People are going to download that just for the name, aren't they?
We'll see.
Anyway, that's coming out in the autumn this year. Coming first to Nintendo Switch. Next we have Light Fingers. Man, I don't remember this one at all. Light Fingers.
Oh, this is the like procedurally generated like board game thing.
Yes, board game type thing. Yes, exactly. Well remembered.
I don't know anything else beyond that, but it has a cool art style again. I know that's what I've said like every game.
Papercraft, folded papercraft type looking, I guess. Like super simple polys. I don't know. Looks kind of interesting. Light Fingers. Anyway, that's coming out next year. And then we have, this is a big one, because this is by the Trine people.
Yeah, this had me interested. It looks very nice.
Frozen Byte, the people who make Trine. This is called 9 Parchments. So this is like Diablo, I guess. You got like 3-4 characters that you can play online or co-op together. Super beautiful art style, like Trine, you know. Super colorful, super nice.
I'll probably pick this up so me and Chica can maybe play it.
This doesn't have any exclusivity things attached to it, so this probably will come to everything. I think Trine's on everything, isn't it?
I think so.
Trying to get it on everything anyway.
Burp. Anyway, that's coming out at Christmas this year. And then we have another big one, Travis Strikes Again, aka No More Heroes 3, but it's not called that.
Right.
Indie game in giant fucking quotation marks here.
Grasshopper, the well-known indie developer? Question mark?
Yeah. Well, what the hell have they done lately? I mean, and published like on their own, honestly.
Right.
Like most of the stuff that they've been doing, like they just work in the capacity as like a developer and then get stuff developed. No, I agree though, Si. It's just weird that like, okay, these guys are indie. Come on.
Maybe this, like you just said, this game might be being developed as an indie game, self-published, everything self-enclosed. But to put this as the cherry on top of like an independent developers, it's really strange because this is like a AAA title almost. Like
they're using the Stranger Things font.
Yes, yes, they are. Yes, they are.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a Switch exclusive. Who knows if it'll stay? I mean, didn't No More Heroes come to other things eventually, or did it not? I thought it came to like PlayStation like years later.
Oh, that sounds familiar. I think I do remember seeing a PlayStation box.
And all I think are like, how the hell did that work? Because it's like entirely based around him holding a Wii remote.
Yeah, there was the first one was released on PS3 and 360 later down the road.
Yeah, I think I have the 360 one lying around here somewhere.
Crazy. Anyway, that's next year, but yeah, that could easily be delayed to like late next year, if you're considering how those games are usually made. But yeah, it's cool that it's, you know, that I mean, he made a complete dick of himself at the Switch launch. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Suda51.
Probably it's like, okay, guys, let's everybody stay on script. He's like, all right.
I think he was drunk, and then like the translator.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, good times. He was well drunk.
Poor
the translator was going,
what the hell am I supposed to say? I can't even understand. He's just making noises.
Mr. Suit is fuck if I know what he's saying. Gave up. I would have given up.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I liked the second one. That second one was a lot of fun. With the retro mini games.
Yeah, I watched one of my friends play the first one. I probably won't touch this thing.
No, the second one was quite different. They improved a lot of things and like had these cool like retro mini games, which played a lot like NES games, but like good NES games. It's a lot of fun. And they just kind of like tightened it up because like the first one had like a completely unnecessary open world thing, which just like made everything just tedious. But like the second one just kind of tightened it up, kind of thing. Just like boom, you can go to wherever you want quickly and stuff. You don't have to dig around.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest complaints of that first one. That was terrible. But
yeah, 9 Parchments looks cool. Definitely interested in that. Sausage,
like I said,
why not?
I'm kind of interested in that Wolverblade.
Wolverblade.
I mean, the art style's great, and it seems like an interesting, like, setting that they have too, with like, Great Britain, like 1,500 years ago, 1,000 years ago. Oh, it's cool. Like I said, watching that show on Netflix, The Last Kingdom, it's all about like that type of stuff, so it was cool. Hadn't really seen that show Vikings, so it's probably the same thing.
Ty, I'm assuming Yono and the Celestial Elephants is your number one priority?
Yeah, I'm down. I love it. It's cute. I'm down for Shovel Knight and Meat Boy, I guess. Yeah.
For me, it's SteamWorld Dig 2 is up there as well.
SteamWorld Dig. I haven't played SteamWorld. I don't know anything about SteamWorld.
I love all the SteamWorld. Like SteamWorld Heist was like super amazing. That was like
I do remember I had a lot of fun trying to get you to play Steam Shovel Harry, and I think you did eventually.
Right. Asshole.
Great game.
Oh man. Wolverblade coming soon, Danny.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have a review on the site. Maybe not.
Does anyone like golf? No one likes golf.
I like Pebble Beach on the NES. What up?
Golf Story makes me think of Ninja Golf on the Atari. That was a cool game.
Atari? Jesus.
Wow.
It was the perfect fusion of ninjas. Like it was like Shinobi style gameplay, but also golf. It was really good.
Wow.
Cool. I'm intrigued.
Check it out, yo. Ninja Golf.
It sounds like the marketing pitch that they tried to do for that movie, The Three Ninjas. Like, it's better than Ninja Turtles, and they're ninjas and they're kids. And you're like, whoa, cool.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Yes.
Out of these games, I think the ones I'm looking forward to would be that like Dragon, Mark for Death, the 9 Parchments, and Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of that hot 2D action, yo.
We're going into some feedback now, Danny?
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on.
All right. Just forgot to paste some in.
Man, I'm looking at Ninja Golf now. This game looks fucking amazing.
It's awesome, yo. You have to fucking like get the ball in the hole. You have to like get it in past a dragon.
You have to like
shit.
fight all these dragons and ninjas and shit.
Yeah.
Just like real.
Looks like some sort of weird animal that comes out of a hole and throws shit at you. Okay.
This game, it had everything.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Well.
Okay. Do we have any tweets lined up, by the way?
Nope.
Interesting tweets. No?
What, by me?
Yes.
No. At the Famicast account.
Well, next we're going to go ahead and move on to feedback. If you want to have your email, comment, question read on the air, you can email us at thefamicast@gmail.com. If you want to hit us up on Twitter, follow us at the Famicast. Facebook, the Famicast. I think that about covers it for ways to get a hold of us. And you can have your stuff read out like these guys. James.
All right.
What
Yes. Are you ready for this? So, Ty, why are you tweeting at the Famicast about some fucking handmade, like, controller thing that you make? What's that about?
Oh, that.
Yeah. Okay, so
explain yourself.
Where to start? Okay, I decided that normal controllers weren't good enough for a certain game I was playing, so I decided, fuck it, I'll make my own.
Brilliant.
Yes, and much like a stoner can make a bong out of anything, I made a controller out of shit I had lying around the house as a prototype. So yeah, I have like this crazy all button layout for certain music games, and I constructed it, took some pictures. It looks fucking ridiculous. And later down the road, I'm gonna get like an actual plastic faceplate and fully construct like a real controller here.
All right.
So maybe I'll make a Famicast episode out of that.
Okay. Well, is it like now? Is it just like a piece of cardboard with buttons like on a cinder block or something, or what?
Yeah, it's like the plastic hull of a old hoary fight stick.
Oh, okay. I thought it was straight up cardboard, man. Like look,
it pretty much is. I just kind of rested on top, like it's not secured in place or anything.
Oh man.
Poverty gaming.
Great work.
Yeah.
I was
extreme
impressed.
poverty.
Right. So next we got a tweet from Enox Kalb, aka Color Element.
Cool
so
name.
we tweeted about this new game called The Takeover, which kind of looks like a Final Fight style game, which is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
It looks genuinely amazing, like super high quality kind of scrolling beat 'em up kind of game called The Takeover. And he says, "Oh my god, yes, the Switch needs a renaissance of beat 'em ups. Let's get some Turtles arcade or Streets of Rage style games going." Yes, lots of people seem to like that. I got some mad retweets. I guess people like Final Fight? Question mark?
Yeah, that game still gets played. I think this is already out on Steam.
Okay. Yeah, those kind of like beat 'em ups like make a lot of sense on Switch. Just like break off the controller, play 2-player, like wherever.
Right.
I tweeted the Famicast account because I wanted to show this fucking arcade that I went to.
Oh.
Like I tweeted about, I don't know, 16 photos of like various like arcades that was in this place. So this is okay. So relatively near my place, there's this place called US Land, as in US as in USA kind of thing, which is yeah, totally like America, probably, Danny. It's exactly like America. So it's like you pay like 800 yen, like maybe half for like kids, and you can do whatever in this kind of huge kind of hall arena type place. You can do whatever you want, and for like all day basically. And for kids, they've got like climbing frames and like all kinds of like slides and other kind of stuff. But they've also got like loads of arcade cabinets, like a lot. So I took a photograph for like as many as I could and tweeted out like a whole bunch of them. And they're all set to free play. So you can basically play any arcade game you want there, like all day for just 800 yen. So it's pretty cool. And Ty, like a couple caught your attention, like
yeah.
What was it?
Dance Maniacs.
Dance Maniacs.
Yeah, Konami music game. The most physically painful one to play, but I'm still a big fan of it, and it's hard to find that game around since it was never big as DDR or any of the others. And it's
you like wave your hand above and below these kind of light sensors, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. If you're not smashing your wrists into them. And it's kind of hard to maintain, so like a lot of them are out of commission.
Yeah, this one was fully working.
Yeah, so I might just make a trip real soon, maybe after payday. I'm just gonna go all the way down there just to play Dance Maniacs. So I used to go hard on that game, like daily.
Wow.
and I still have working hands, so I guess I was pretty okay at it.
I missed that that arms race the dancing games had in like when DDR was at peak popularity in the US and UK, and then all these rivals came out with weird setups like this double motion controller shit, or there was one in the UK, I can't remember, it had like 3 buttons on the ground and then motion cans in front of you, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Good times.
So games that I like playing were at this arcade that I went to was Lucky and Wild.
Lucky and Wild, boy.
I mean, I can't believe I've never seen this game before. I mean, this kind of looks like a game. It's a game.
I think way more people know the game than know the name of it. It's the one where you drive and shoot at the same time.
Exactly. You got like a steering wheel and 2 guns. So like one guy can like steer while shooting, and then the second guy can sit next to you and just shoot.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's an old style racing game where it's like completely flat, like Outrun, like first version of Outrun kind of style.
This game looks amazing.
It is. It is kind of crazy. Basically, like hunting down drug dealers and then just shooting them in the face until they die.
Man,
while ramming into their truck.
90s arcade gaming, boys.
There it is.
I can't believe this hasn't been remade. Like, maybe not the exact game, but like the concept.
Who made that game? I want to say it was a Konami or a Namco game.
It's a Namco game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, completely, free play, so you can play as much as you want.
How would you play that at home?
Oh, that's a good point.
One person,
you'd need like a light gun, wouldn't you?
Well, you just get 2 Wiimotes. One person gets like the Joy-Cons, and the other person gets the steering wheel from Mario Kart.
Yeah, that would work. You need the wheel from Mario Kart, and you just like hold it with one hand and just kind of twist your arm around it, and then you wave the Wiimote to shoot, like the one in your other hand.
They also have House of the Dead 2 and Typing of the Dead. Both.
Oh, nice.
Good games. Good games. House of the Dead 2 is also difficult to maintain, so I'm really impressed with this.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, Typing of the Dead. I mean, the keyboard, like a few buttons were a bit wobbly, but it worked completely fine. I mean, it is weird. Like, I don't know. Does the Japanese version differ from the English versions? Do you know? It's like all the words were like, like super long Japanese words, but like. And it was all like the wrong Romaji, so it was like, lots of Zs and stuff like that.
I played the Japanese arcade one many years ago when there was one in Ikebukuro.
It's so stupid. The characters walking around with fucking keyboard strap-ons on their face.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love it. It's so good. Like, they play that game totally straight, even though it's ridiculous as heck.
Right.
Yeah. PC port does exist for that game.
Of course it does.
And if it's not on Steam, I'm just gonna throw it out that it was like really easy to pirate.
Okay.
I mean, just in case it's literally not available for sale anywhere.
Okay.
But if it is, give them money for it because they've earned it.
Has anyone heard of Golgo 13?
Yeah.
It's like
what, arcade game?
I guess it's an anime. The arcade game was like.
I would be surprised if you've not heard of Japan's literal longest running manga, Golgo 13.
It's a sniper game. It's got like a full on massive sniper rifle that you actually, and with a little monitor on the.
So it's silent scope.
Yeah, it's silent scope. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It didn't work quite as well. Like the viewing angle was super weird. Like if you move your eye just a little bit to the left, like the screen just went black. Like you had to look at it exactly in the middle at exact one point, or it didn't work at all. So it's a bit tricky to play. But anyway.
Is it the exact same hardware as silent scope or not?
Good question.
Do you remember the company? Silent Scope, the Konami game.
It was, man, I'm looking at the picture that I tweeted out and I can't see any company names on it, unfortunately.
Because I've never seen this game.
Yeah, you should check it out. They had loads of like shooting games there.
It'll never have a name as cool as Silent Scope Bone Eater, though.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bone Eater.
Buy me Bone Eater or go to hell.
Okay, next tweet is from Aaron RBR on Twitter. He's listening to mine and Cyrus's Super Splat Hour in anticipation for the Splatfest, which I didn't get to play at all.
Me too.
I wanted to. Then we got Craig Hoffman. He says, hope you check out the great podcast from Japan, like the Famicast, 2-player select, etc., etc. Thank you, Craig. Got one from Teresa Johnson, big fan of ours. She's listening to Trolls R Us completely naked, apparently.
Yes.
She's got lots of naked pictures on her Twitter account.
Yep.
Oh no, No, she's just been blocked. I don't know why. She's not on Twitter anymore. Huh.
That's bullshit, man.
Wait,
That's
what was
number
her
one fan.
handle?
Oh, but it's okay. Another girl called Patty Simon has just followed us. She's also completely naked. So,
How many numbers does she have after her name?
about 16.
All right, I'm down.
But yeah, she's really worried about the North Korean earthquake. So yeah, but she's talking about it in her underpants. So
Yes.
yeah, good luck to her. Thank you. Thank you to all the nude women.
I think we have a lot in common, actually.
Okay, let's move on to some emails. First one is from Mark J, aka Mr. Lucky2. And this is a comment from on our website, famicast.com, on the last episode, Trolls R Us. He says, love you guys since episode 1 on the RFN feed. And by the way, what happened to the Japanese dude? His name was Minoru, by the way. Well, I thought it was all explained on the show and various shows afterwards. But like, yeah, Minoru moved to Kyoto. He got like a really good job in Kyoto teaching. And yeah, he's just super busy. He can't think about video games. I don't think he can even play video games at all.
Yeah.
I don't even know sure if he has a Switch.
Yeah.
Probably not.
We talked to him for episode 100, and yeah. We didn't. He recorded the bit for us. In the 2 minutes of free time he had. Yes.
So yeah, Minoru is still around, and he still likes us, and we still like him. But yeah, unfortunately, he can't be on the show. But he says he can't. This is still Mark. He says he can't afford to be a Patreon. But would Life in Japan be added to the regular feed, like later than the patrons? He really enjoyed that segment. I replied to him already, but like I thought we said on the podcast, like Life in Japan. If you got Life in Japan's questions, like little questions, we'll read them out on the regular free show, no problem. Like we've already done that. Like a couple of episodes back, somebody was coming over to Japan and they asked us a bunch of questions, and we answered them all on the show. Yeah, don't worry about it. Life in Japan will always be part of the show. It's like, but the Life in Japan podcast is where we go like full ham on like really in depth on a couple of topics that that needs more than just like 2 or 3 minutes. So yeah, don't worry about it. If you got Life in Japan type question, send them in and we'll probably answer it on the regular show. So don't worry about that. And the last bit of feedback, we got an email from Ryan Modolo, who's also a patron.
Help me out with my Pokemon troubles.
There you go. He says, this is on our Splat Hour comment. Enjoyed the show, guys. Listen to the audio version, then watch the last 10 minutes of the video version to catch up on the bonus section. He hopes Cyrus's idea for the Smash amiibo for tournaments is implemented in the next Smash. Like, what is that? I've forgotten what.
So I mentioned that, like in Splatoon, when you use the amiibo, it saves your control layout and your gear for your character.
Right.
Which is something you will never use in Splatoon, but would be really useful in a fighting game like Smash Bros.
Right, get your controls all set up and everything, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then if you guys have ever watched a fighting game tournament and got really annoyed by people holding up the tournament to check their buttons, change their buttons, and then test their buttons.
Yeah, if you could just swipe an amiibo on it and have the entire thing set up in like 3 seconds, that'd be great.
I can imagine if that ever did happen, though, pros would just snap off the figure and just have the base, or probably even just like transfer it to like an illegal NFC card and have it in their wallet.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. Just like swipe your wallet and thing like a Suica card. That'd be bitching.
Yeah, that sounds better.
I doubt anyone would actually bring a whole fucking figure of amiibos to the tournament. But yeah, definitely, the concept is good. Yep, okay, that's enough feedback for this episode. Back to you, Danny, in the studio.
All right. Thanks for that, James. So we're going to go ahead and close out the show. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and give out our individual Twitter handles. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at DannyBiv, DANNYBIV. James, how about you, man?
At Family Complicated, if you want to see those photos of the arcade that we're talking about.
Oh, not the nude ladies. Okay, got it.
That too. Lots of them follow me. They love it.
Ty.
Oh, I'm Super Cat Drugs. I've been tweeting a lot of funny pictures of video games lately. So I hope you like funny pictures of video games.
I do. I do.
I don't.
There it is. And Cyrus.
You can find me at Celsi. And recently I've been raving over this this like hashtag game dev thread where people are posting like really clever hidden game mechanics in games.
Oh, right, yeah.
If you're interested in like in sneaky things game developers use to like guide players, read over this thread. It's all over my Twitter page. It's amazing.
I'm gonna.
Cool. I'll have to check it out too. All right.
Danny's always super full of energy at the end of the show. Love it.
Bringing it. Really bringing it, fellas. Tell you. All
Well, I
right.
guess
Well,
that's the end of the bag, guys.
just
You guys want to hang around some more?
I think that's going to bring us to a close for episode 109. Of course, thanks to our Fami crew for making this possible, and thank you out there for listening and commenting and all that. Leave us reviews on iTunes, Google Play, everywhere. Get the word out there that way. Yeah, all that stuff. Anyway,
Something magic will happen.
Yes, can't tell you what. You just have to do it. So we'll catch you next time. See you later.
Peace.
Peace.
Ooh.